welcome. Welcome to this Monday morning. We have had quite a chat in the Zoom room. Some weeks, as a group, we have this check-in need more than others. And today was one of those days. Whether it's because of the ways the stars are aligned or the moon or who knows what. But anyway, it's a beautiful space to be able to do that. If you're watching the recording, remember you can always come along. It's Monday mornings, 11 a.m. And I'm changing some of the days so that it's not necessarily every single week because I had to cancel the last two. But I'll post about that in the Facebook group and in Mighty Networks. So welcome this morning. We're going to start with a centering just to allow us to arrive, whatever that means. So go back to our ABC. Wherever you are, whether you're sitting or standing, A is for awareness. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your body resting on the furniture it's on. Feel that support from the earth effectively rising up to meet you. Notice the temperature of the space you're in. Any sounds nearby or in the distance. Perhaps even notice the clothing resting against your skin. And then take your awareness a little more inward. Notice your body. How do you feel this morning or today? Bringing your awareness to any areas of tension or discomfort or anywhere that feels good. Noticing, accepting what's there. And then bring awareness to the breath. You don't need to change it, but you probably already did without even realizing. Being aware of the depth, the speed. And then B for balance. Have a little rock back and forth, side to side, up and down. Find that sweet spot in the middle where there is the least effort. Perhaps bringing some balance to the breath. Breathing in and out equally. And then C for core. Softness without collapse. So take an inhale in, lengthen up through the spine, and as you exhale, soften. Soften through the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, shoulders and neck, chest, belly. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, soften. And then that second C for connection, bringing to mind a person, a pet, someone that makes you feel warm, someone that makes you smile, past or present or future, your higher self, inner self, maybe even the faces on the screen if you're in the Zoom room, connecting across the airwaves. And then let that go. So what was spinning through my mind over the weekend? And then there've been periods I've not been sleeping, which is not unusual. But then as we approach Monday, the things that we might talk about sort of circle more in my mind. And I was thinking about the fact that we talk about self-care a lot and self-kindness and self-compassion, but sometimes when we talk about things a lot, we don't do them. Oh yeah, I need to do self-care. Oh yeah, I need to be compassionate and kind to self. Yeah, we know that, yeah. But are we doing it? And are we noticing? Am I noticing? Are you noticing in your day when you need additional self-care, additional self-kindness and additional self-compassion? So an invitation to go back to the hug you probably know very well. You might not if you're new listening to this. But whether you are or not, an invitation to explore the hug with beginner's curiosity, as though you've never taken a hug before. One hand round to his shoulder, one hand round to the opposite lower ribs. Dropping the head, tilting a little. Dropping the gaze. And feeling it sinking in to that self-embrace. And exploring it as self-care. Self-kindness. Self-compassion. Perhaps you take a hug regularly. Perhaps you realize you need a hug more. Or the embodiment of the hug. You can have the embodiment of the hug without actually taking the hug. Notice anything that arises in your body as you do this. Even emotion. Some things can bring up tears. And that's okay. You might choose to swap sides, and I will, but I know I'll go back to the first side because I don't get the same degree of hugness from the hug on this side. Maybe I should practice it more, but I like getting the depth of feeling on this side. So I'll stick with my asymmetrical hug. Noticing. And stay there, or take the smaller version, hand on heart, hand on belly, still feeling into self-care, self-kindness, self-compassion. And I suggest to you that this perhaps needs to be peppered throughout your day. Not just once a day, not just twice a day, but in some form peppered throughout the day. So when we get enthusiastic and do too much, we might pause and take something akin to the hug, some form of self-care. We might also take just a little squeeze, micro hug for the public venues. We don't want to take a big hug. Although, to be honest, I'm always brave. I'm quite happy to take a hug wherever I am. But still, knowing that you can always take a little squeeze. And even if you do practice the hug, you can tune into the embodiment of it without even moving. You can visualize and feel the hug. Then keeping that in mind, linking to another pose that we've discussed before, but perhaps with a slightly different take on it. And it's being seen and taking up space. A friend was talking to me about the vulnerability of being seen. And I suspect a blog post might emerge this week following this because I screenshot my social media and specifically my Instagram account, scrolled right back down to when I first started posting pictures on Instagram, and I'll post it. I'll post this in the group, this picture, so you can see. There's a row, you get rows on Instagram, so it shows 6 pictures, and they're all, I think they're all me, but they've all been arted. I don't know if that's a word or a verb, or pixelated, or they've been hidden. I've been disguised in some way because, and this is the point, even when we need to be seen, we're not always ready to be seen fully. So when I began posting on social media, and this is not just about people posting on social media, this is about everyday life. When we need to be seen, sometimes we have to find the way that we can do it with self-care, the way that we can do it with kindness, and accept that that's how it is at that point. That might be in a relationship, it might be social media, it might be expressing our opinion, that we don't always have to go blah and be seen. That can be useful, but sometimes we might quietly, we're going to stand up and we'll explore being seen with self-care so that we can choose to be seen as is right for us. This can be at work, at home. This can be on the telephone to a relative. This can be how we project ourselves shopping. It's any aspect of this. And if you've reached to be seen in a full expression of the pose that we've done before, and there is contraction and discomfort, it doesn't always mean we need to practice to go out there and be seen in full. It may mean your body is telling you, we need a bit of extra care around this. I'm going to stand up. Okay, so first, coming back to the hug. So we come at this from a place of self-care. So taking any version you wish, tuning into that self-care, self-kindness, self-compassion. An extra squeeze. And then let that go. And then thinking about how we take up space and be seen. How we make ourselves heard enough. We don't have to be jumping from the rooftops to do that. So taking the legs out, long skirt here, so I shall just show you my legs. Fortunately, I always have leggings on. Taking the feet out and softening the knees and taking the arms in. And we're going to reach them out. But my invitation to you is, if your feet want to be further together, if you want to be seated doing this, do so. If you find you don't want to reach out, you can still be seen to the degree you want to take up space. And exploring and coming back. And remember, this might vary in different settings on different days. This might be that some days we are right the way out here. For whatever reason, we need to be right the way out here. Whether it's having our needs heard. It doesn't mean we have to be shouting, but we can still be seen, be heard. But some days we might want to be subtly seen and even come back to our mountain. Be strong, be tall, taking a quiet, strong, firm, gentle stand. We don't always have to have the sirens going. So noticing how it feels in the body, in your body, in you as a body. Perhaps reaching out once again, stretching out the arms. Sometimes it's important that we can, should we choose, really be seen, really take up space. And sometimes we want to be there quietly, calmly, with self-care, in the way that's right for us. Have a little shimmy, have a little shake, and notice anything that comes up for you, anything that arises. Notice where you feel it in your body. I'm going to come and sit back down and check in with the people in the Zoom room. Some lovely reflections in the Zoom room there. So an invitation to join us in a guided meditation practice. And as ever, you can sit tall as is traditional in meditation. Or you can find the position that's right for you today, listening to the wisdom of your body. And if that is lying down, pulling up a blanket, being as relaxed as possible, then please do that. Having a little scan first through the body and noticing if there are areas of tension that perhaps you can let go of. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Bring your awareness back to the breath. And an invitation to inhale with awareness. Awareness of however your body feels, however you feel. And exhale with acceptance of you as you are, here and now today. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting your awareness begin at the feet, the soles of the feet, the heel, the sides of the soles, marking round the footprint and each toe. Allowing your awareness to spread through each foot in its entirety and whatever arises there. Noticing if each foot, any toe, needs any extra care, attention. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Breathing in and breathing out. And perhaps you can imagine the feet filling with the breath or a colour. So your awareness moves as the colour fills. Letting it move into the ankles and the lower legs and the knees. Noticing anything there, any sensations, anything your ankles and knees and lower legs want to say to you. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Breathing in and breathing out. Perhaps imagining that breath or colour filling the toes and the feet, the ankles and the lower legs and the knees, and rising as awareness moves into the thighs, the hips, and the pelvis. And with curiosity at whatever is resting here, allowing sensations to emerge, or any emotions that are nestled here. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance of whatever is here. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing, imagining, filling with the breath or colour, or both, through the toes and the feet, the ankles and the lower legs, the knees and the thighs and the hips, filling up through the pelvis and into the belly. With curiosity again, as though you're sensing and feeling for the first time and noticing what rests here in the belly, under the skin, through the muscles, around the lower spine and inside the organs within the belly. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Acceptance of whatever is here, today, now. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing, imagining, feeling the filling of the air, of breath, of colour through the toes and the feet, the lower legs, the upper legs, the pelvis and the belly, up into the chest, the expanding of the whole of the chest, and noticing anything that arises here in the chest, through the muscles and skin, through the ribs and the spine, through the heart and the lungs. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing, imagining the breath, colour, filling the feet, the legs, the pelvis and belly, the chest, and moving down the arms to the hands, filling each finger and thumb, the hands, the wrists and the lower arms, filling, glowing, and noticing anything that arises here, any sensation. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing, imagining, visualizing the body filling with the breath, with colour, through the feet and legs, through the belly and chest, through the hands and lower arms, and up through the elbows and upper arms and shoulders. With curiosity, noticing what arises here for you today. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing, imagining, visualizing the body filling with breath, with colour, through the feet and legs, chest and belly, hands and arms, and filling up through the neck and through the head. Filling the cheeks and forehead, the mouth and jaw, the nose, the eyes, and noticing anything that arises here with a new kind of curiosity. Inhaling with awareness, exhaling with acceptance, breathing in and breathing out. Sensing, imagining, feeling, visualizing the whole body filled with the breath, filled with colour, glowing, and noticing anything arising wherever it chooses, wherever it rests. And allowing yourself to settle in that awareness for the next couple of minutes. Inhaling with awareness. Exhaling with acceptance. Breathing in and breathing out. As we approach the end of this practice, an invitation to take a hug or One hand on heart and one hand on belly. And carry an awareness of self-care through your day. And know we only need to be seen as much as we choose to be seen. And within that, have self-care, self-kindness, self-compassion. Stay where you are, or as you're ready, open your eyes if they were closed and come back to where we began. Going to stop the recording and speak to the people in the Zoom room. Thank you very much for joining us.